to do that. All right, live before lock, control room. We are probably live. What's going on, everybody? I'm just talking. I don't know if we really are live or not, but we're going to go with it. The counter isn't up on my screen, so I don't think we are, but perfect timing as far as I'm concerned. There it is, 10 seconds, so I think it was going longer than that. What's up? Live before lock. Wednesday, April 24th, right?
Correct.
I haven't got my days. I'm all messed up now, especially after that little Thursday, Friday conversation we had before we went live. I can't figure out what today is. I am joined by Jay Kari. We are here to talk about this 7-game MLB slate. Did you play the early?
I did, and I think I'm taking quite a big bath in that one. Let me see what we're at. Yeah, actually not that bad. I think I'm going to get back like 50, 60%, so could be worse.
I'm getting like 2/3 back. It was looking pretty rough there. I'll take that after having 93% sale.
You mean Snell?
That's what I meant to.
Yeah, I think I had 100% Snell actually when I graded out all my different lineups.
I actually watched it.
You watched?
I
baseball?
watched that game, yeah. Well, when I have when there's day baseball and I know that I'm going to be at my desk, it's pretty easy for me to just pop it on in the background. And since I had that sort of level of exposure to Snell, it was fine to put that on. I mean,
sure.
One mistake pitch for the home run, but he was getting ahead in counts. He just got like bloop singled to death. He didn't give up an extra base hit besides the home run. It's just crap luck, man. That's where I land on it. People probably think that he was just like atrocious, but like, I don't know. It was just like seeing eye singles and stuff that stayed in front of outfielders. I'll never regret. I would run it back and do the exact same thing again. Yeah, the only problem was that it got him into like pitch count trouble, and he had to come out of the game earlier than I expected. I mean, he was cruising in the first inning, and gave up 2 hits.
Well, even the GOAT Snell is going to have a tough game every once in a while.
I know. So
it's baseball.
Well,
just chalk everything up to variance when you lose, and then you're never wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now. Chalking it up to variance. Hey, I'm just happy I got bailed out by a little bit of it. So let's talk about this slate. 7 gamers. Myself and Laffy went through it for a half hour. Adam and Laffy went through it for the other half hour. So
what was going on there? I tuned in right as...
Adam went to look at an apartment and was just like caught in traffic and stuff getting back from it.
Okay. Look at you, just the jack of all trades once again.
I do it all. Actually, it's pretty much just the jack of the same trade. I just do it a lot.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Oh, man. So let's talk stacks to start. Where are you leaning from a baseball or from a hitter standpoint on DraftKings today?
Yeah. It's looking like actually I do have a lot of Arizona, Josh. So
okay.
I know you're going to be happy about that. I don't necessarily love it.
Dead last in my hitter.
They're dead last for you? Then why don't you like Lyles?
So that's like the misconception that's happening here. Lyles is my 5th ranked pitcher. I think he's the best option of everybody below 9K. The only thing that I've said is that I would be comfortable in large field tournaments going to Merrill Kelly over Jordan Lyles because I have those guys closer than their ownership appears. That's my only Lyles take.
Yeah,
But like if I were playing in a cash game, Lyles would be the guy that I would pay down to if I was going to that range.
Oh, okay.
And he's the best guy. He's the best guy on a dollar for dollar basis out of everybody below 9K.
Yeah, so I'm right with the field on Lyles, and then looking like a little bit over on Kelly. So it's close for me too, and the ownership it's gotten a little bit tighter between the two. But yeah, I don't know. It's just more of a price thing and an ownership thing, and you're getting leverage if you do stack Arizona with a 30% owned, 30% plus owned Jordan Lyles. So it's more of an ownership play than anything. I'm a little bit worried now after hearing Adam and Laffy both liking Lyles that maybe I should back off that a little bit. But the ownership is going to be on Lyles, and it's not really going to be in these Arizona bats. So from a leverage standpoint, I do have, I hope that goes Arizona's way.
Yeah.
And then
to be fair, while I do have the Diamondbacks ranked at the bottom, they would naturally climb a little bit in my crunches because of the leverage of Lyle's ownership.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. The Mets against Velasquez is up there for me, and looks like a little bit of Chicago. It's not taking a ton to get over the field.
Be more specific.
The Cubs.
Okay.
The good team.
Okay. Well, I prefer the White Sox, so that's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually don't have a lot of White Sox. Why do you like the White Sox?
Yeah, let me just hop to them on DK so I could talk about it a little bit more specifically. Well, I mean, the obvious answer is that they're facing the Orioles and John Means in the Orioles bullpen, so that'll carry a lot of this conversation right now. Just the fact that the Orioles are terrible and so is Means. Mm-hmm. I don't love the pricing for the White Sox as much on DraftKings. Like there are pieces that I think that I can get to. I love the White Sox on FanDuel. They're ridiculously priced. My number 2 stack. Tim Anderson for 5,500 on DK is really just a crazy price point. With that said, he grades out pretty well for me. Abreu is, that's just like a really obvious spot. He nukes left-handed pitching, and he's set up to see Means at least once. I think Wellington Castillo is probably one of the better catcher options on the day, so it's easy to be able to get a catcher, a first baseman, and a shortstop there. I can fill out the stack with pretty much anybody else and feel comfortable. So the White Sox are a team that I've got my eye on. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was going to end up on more of them on DK, but it's not really looking that way. And they're not super heavily owned either. They're top half or so on DK, it's looking like. But it looks like the pecking order is going Boston, LA. Is that what you have?
Yes.
Kind of everyone else. And then Baltimore, actually.
Yeah, and then there are a couple teams that are kind of just bunched together. Mm-hmm. I agree with the Boston one. I don't agree with the Dodgers one.
You don't agree with the Dodgers one?
No, not really. 4.1 run implied total. I don't know. How do you feel about Cole Hamels now after a year? Because I know where we started on Hamels last year.
Just a year of him taking all my money. Actually, it wasn't even a full year. I think once he got traded to the Cubs, I think I played him quite a few times, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's it's hard to argue with the results so far. The swinging strikes aren't, anything great. His chase rate is a little above average. He's not getting a lot of first pitch strikes either. So it's kind of crazy that he is going so deep into the games. With all that being said, 8 strikeouts, 7 innings pitched last time out against the Marlins and then the Angels 2 starts ago. So maybe not the toughest of opponents, but I do respect Hamels. And so I'm actually not getting to a lot of Dodgers here. And that's just because of ownership. If they're going to be low owned, I'd probably take a couple shots at LA here, but I don't really think you need to. I don't think they're that great of a stack where they should be a top 3 owned stack on DK.
That's what happens when Max Muncy's not in the lineup,
Yeah, they're usually super low owned, so I don't know what's going on.
Respect for Hamels is my guess. Wind blowing in a little bit in Wrigley, I believe, so that's probably not helping.
No, the Dodgers are chalky on DK.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at FanDuel. No, yeah. It's really hard to break your normal thought process because I'll talk about FanDuel like it's just obvious, and it's never obvious. And you're talking about DK there, and everything I'm hearing is just FanDuel. Yeah, Kike, Turner, Pollock, and Chris Taylor all relatively chalky for this slate. Mm-hmm. I guess I understand why all those things are happening. Chris Taylor is only 2,900, so that's appealing. And you get a little bit of leverage on Cole Hamels. This is another team where, I think the Dodgers would slowly climb a bit because of the ownership on Hamels. Yeah. I am updating my ownership right now because we got an update 13 minutes ago. So let's check that out. So we touched on hitting. Let's do the opposite. What's your favorite pitching combinations on DraftKings today?
Anything that fits with Verlander. So I shouldn't say I'm not on Dodgers bats at all because you see why they would be chalky with how cheap they are, and there are some decent individual matchups.
Sure.
So I do have Turner and Kike at the top, but I'm not really crazy about the stack in total, just because I think it's gonna be like it's gonna forcefully be chalky because people want to fit in Verlander. So I'll just go elsewhere and take them as one-offs or two-mans or something like that. So yeah, it's Verlander, similar to what we had with Snell this morning. He's just far and away above everyone, probably underpriced. I mean, it's not a perfect matchup against Minnesota, but he is still a minus 240 favorite.
Yeah, he's underpriced on DraftKings. $700 gap between him and Hamels. It's $1,800 on Yahoo.
Yeah, it's just I don't get the pricing on him. So, and I didn't get it with Snell either, and we saw how that worked out at really chalky ownership. But like Verlander, he's not coming off an injury. You don't have to worry about him getting pulled early, really ever. 110, 105, 107 pitches his last 3 starts. Even when he's struggling, even when he's giving up home runs, they still let him go 110 pitches. So there's really not a great pitching slate. I don't love Hamels' matchup. I don't love Velasquez's matchup either in the same price range on DK. So hard for me to get there. Hard for me to get elsewhere outside of Verlander. I mean,
who do you prefer more, Hamels or Buehler?
Hamels or Buehler? They are. Let's see. I had 4% Buehler in my last crunch and 0% Hamels.
Wow. Okay, so you must have like 70 or 80 of Verlander?
93.
And that'll do it too.
Yeah.
No, I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. It would have been weirder if you didn't say a high number for Verlander.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing all the Vargas, John Means, and Pena. He's not even starting anymore. Pena's not even.
Yeah, I don't. Does that really change anything to you? It doesn't really change anything to me.
I just found that out, obviously right before we came on. So I don't know how long this guy's going to go, but just looking quick at his game logs, Cam Bedrosian, 1 inning, 1 2/3, 1 inning. So I would guess 1 inning. And then probably, what's his name? Pena comes in. So that's fine. It doesn't really, if you liked him, this shouldn't really take you off of him or anything. Maybe you bump him down a little bit, but
I mean, Pena's not a guy that goes particularly deep into games anyway. I mean, he's like a 5-inning guy one way or the other, so this shouldn't matter all that much.
Yeah, exactly. EMAC talking hockey in the chat. That's what I like to see.
Did you mention Means? Are you playing Means?
No, I'm not. I was joking.
Did you see his ownership?
I had 1 share. Sorry. He's 10%. I don't have a problem playing him.
Refresh that ownership.
Let's see. Oh, maybe I didn't upload it into FC. I'm just looking at FC, what I had. He is 16. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's getting up there. I don't really have an issue with him, though. It's not like the White Sox are world beaters. They strike out a lot. And he threw 82 pitches 2 starts ago. So 5,200, maybe he can go 85, 90 here.
I just don't it doesn't strike me as a slate where I need extra money for hitting. Like Verlander's at a reasonable price point. I just can't. I don't want to pay down to Means because he sucks.
Well, there's that, but he is 5,200, and we've seen these guys kind of mess up the slate. And if you have Verlander and you're trying to get to some non-Dodgers bats, he might be the key to kind of unlock everything to Verlander. You go Verlander, Means, and Boston or some expensive stack like that. Philadelphia.
Would you rather have Means or Vargas?
Oh, probably Means.
Okay.
I don't know if that's reflected right now, but I'm probably okay.
How many shares of Vargas do you have right now?
I had 14% Vargas.
Okay.
So I think that's going to get flipped once I update ownership.
Okay.
Where's Vargas at now? Yeah, so he's come up a little bit. I had him when he was at 2%, so he was grading out as a way better play.
Yeah.
When I update this, it'll be even between the two, I would guess.
I'm anxious to see where you end up. I'm also really curious to see what this Yankees lineup is going to be and why they're dragging their heels. I mean, it makes me assume that Clint Frazier is not playing.
That would probably be the case, waiting on an injury.
I would hope that they hurry up.
That would be nice for us, for our sake. That would be very nice. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Means 14.3% K row. A bunch of stats that are just 2019 that are irrelevant. But apparently it's his birthday, so Spags likes means.
Go Means go.
Not to be confused with no means no.
Yeah.
Don't play John Means, everybody.
I think you can play him. We've made way worse plays than John Means before.
Oh yeah, I'll make worse plays than Means every day.
Yeah, so why are you saying don't play him? You got 100.
Because he grades out really poorly, and I wouldn't play him. And the fact that he's 16% owned is insanity.
On FanDuel, I agree. You don't need to play him. On DK, on two pitcher sites, there's almost always a path to playing a guy that's 5,200 that's not on a huge pitch count. Like, even if he's bad, even if you can find a couple things okay about the matchup, he's a home favorite against a team that strikes out a lot. There you go, 5,200. He's not a big strikeout pitcher, but there are reasons to play a guy like this, even though he's not any good.
I don't agree with you. This would make for a perfect Twitter poll if we were set up for that right now.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that right now.
Chris, if you're listening, put up a Twitter poll. You obviously know what we're talking about and who we're talking about, so this should be pretty easy if you have the ability to do so right now.
Is it ridiculous to play John Means tonight?
The answer should be yes, if his ownership really is 16%.
Okay.
If you told me his ownership was 2%, like Irvin Santana or Cole Stewart, then I'd be like, okay, I can get there. But for him to be the chalk paydown option, I can't get behind that.
Okay. That's fair. I think that's a fair point. Would you rather play Irvin or Means if you had one lineup?
Jesus. I would quit DFS.
Unreg might be the answer there, but I would play Means.
So here's the real answer. If I sort these guys by my target score value metric, which is how often they hit their target score on a dollar for dollar basis, no different than your normal like points per dollar. Means is at 0.2%. He is 12th in pitching in my pitching rankings. Irvin Santana is 0.2%. He is 13th in my pitching rankings. They're essentially the same. So if I'm in a GPP and my only options are play Means or play Irvin Santana, I'd play Irvin Santana.
Nothing like clicking on Irvin Santana.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I wouldn't click on Cole Stewart's name, Irvin Santana's name, John Means, Tyson Ross, CC Sabathia, Felix Pena. All of my exposure would exist to the guys above, like everybody else that I didn't mention.
Means down to just 15% in the last update. Let's see where Vargas is at. Down to 6. So you're probably right. Means does not outscore Vargas 2.5 times or whatever at 5. I don't even know how to do that math. You know what?
I get where you're going.
More than
I'm catching what you're pitching, man.
Yeah. You guys know what I'm saying. That was rough to struggle through.
Van Dam NYC or Van Dam YC, I'll never really understand, but this is the understatement of the century. If Means wins you a tourney, it's no question. Yeah, I want the guys that win the tournament. I completely agree with that statement. If Means wins me a tournament, yeah, I'd be happy to have him.
I'll take those as well. If anybody's got those plays that are going to win the tournaments tonight, you can DM me or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that piece at all. That's a pretty reasonable take. All right, so we just got ownership. I'm going to not care too much about the Yankees since I don't think I'll have all that much anyway. I should probably just update the lineup and take Frazier out. I have him in right now, but I don't anticipate getting to him. But I think that I can get some Yahoo lineups built before 7:04. Seems like a decent thing to do.
Yeah, you'll be able to do that. We can build a lineup too in whatever 20 minutes that is. We've got Homerun Picks coming up.
Have you looked at anything for Yahoo today by any chance?
I haven't. This is really sad. Alex DM me. Perfect. Alex is going to DM me the picks. So Once that happens, I will upload them and then not tell any of you guys what the winning plays are. I was building lineups for NHL Showdown on 2 sites. So
it's like playing means, man. NHL Showdown.
Yeah, except
NHL you'll probably clean up.
Profitable, and John Means probably can't.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to go over there today, but
gotcha.
I understand you've had a couple pretty good nights playing there.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Back-to-back top 20 finishes. I'm happy with that. I really like their tournament structure. I really like their payout structure. I like the fact that I like to play 10 max. If I wish that it wasn't 150 on FanDuel and DraftKings. I would probably pay attention with a little bit more detail. I'd feel a little bit more invested to my lineups. Kind of disconnected to it, but I play the maximum amount of entries that I can in every single tournament that I enter because that gives me a better chance to win. Like, it's just, if they switched it and made it 300, I'd be playing 300 in every tournament. That's just how it would be.
That's what it used to be. I mean, it used to be 500, right? In Millie Maker. But yeah, that's actually, did you want to mention any more on that? Because there was some discussion in our premium Slack today about playing max entries in every tournament.
Yeah.
So,
you say tournament. So I got yelled at today because I say tournament.
What do I say?
You say tournament. Adam said tournament. We kind of agree that it's like the same thing.
Airs.
Yeah. Well, I got called out in chat.
Oh man, everyone's just picking on you in chat today. What's going on?
It never even crossed my mind that it was like not correct. Weird. No, so we did. We talked about this about max entries in Slack a little bit, and I'll only touch on one specific detail. If you picture it like it's a 100-person tournament, and you have there it is again, and you have one entry. If we assume that everything is equal, everybody's got a 1% chance to win. If you're given a second entry in that tournament, it's still 100, you have a better than 2% chance of winning it. It's negligible. It's a small tick above 2, but it's not the same as just having a second one and just having 2%. You gain a little bit because one of the lineups that are in that tournament, and you have the ability to construct your lineup to maximize your chances of having one of those 2 win. There's value to that. So you want to make sure that you can give yourself every additional piece of value. You're eschewing that little hook that you get from having that second lineup by only playing one. That's why I don't really love throwing single bullets into bigger tournaments. Now, if this is just fun for you, you put $50 in there a week and it's fun money, you don't care if you lose it, then by all means, take shots at 100K tournaments. That's not what I'm trying to say, but when we have to talk about this stuff, I have to give the actual opinion. If you're trying to make yourself better, that is something that will make yourself better. Oh. And guess what? It's dong time.
It is. We just got a new Angels lineup.
A new Angels lineup?
A new Angels lineup.
Who's out?
I don't know. I just loaded it in. And
Fletcher, Trout.
Kozart scratched.
Okay.
I'm going to vote on this poll, by the way. If anybody is not, Osmo.com Twitter account, go vote. Chris put it in chat. So
wait.
What?
Hold on. Juicy Hawk. My pronunciation of shoot. I don't know what word you're trying to say I don't pronounce right. So let me know.
What?
I don't know. There's another word. Also, AO Rhino said that I look like a fat Verlander. That means that I get his gal. I'm cool with it.
I mean, Verlander's got a little bit of a chunky face, does he not?
Who cares, man? He's with the goods right now. So if I look anything like Justin Verlander, that means I can pull his wife, and that's cool with me.
I'll leave that one alone. What's Josh and Jake's season dong record? I don't want to talk about it, but if you've got that pulled up, feel free to let people know before we make our picks here.
I do not have this pulled up, but I can pull it up right now.
I just know that whatever number I've picked, it is 0 out of that number.
So I'm opening it up right now.
It's you to where you want to be. There you have
it. Jake is a crisp 0 for 12. I am 2 for 13, I believe. I assume Christian Yelich didn't go yard yesterday. And without question, Howie Kendrick didn't go yard yesterday.
Wolf.
Yep. Yeah. Josh, you're married. Yeah, I know I'm married. But everybody's allowed to have, like, way out of your personal league aspirations.
It's called your one.
I mean, even more than one. If my wife walked past Leonardo DiCaprio and he was like, "You want to go into this back room?" I know she's going to be like, "Yup," and I don't begrudge her that whatsoever. Sometimes you got to take your shot, you know?
Yep, that's exactly right.
I doubt she's dating him for his looks. Wait, me or my wife or Verlander?
Your wife definitely is dating you for your looks.
She's certainly not.
Come on.
No, it's my wit. Okay, so yeah, I am 2 for 12. Jake is 0 for 12.
All right, easy.
I'll let you go ahead and go first. I don't want to take your only option.
My only option?
Yeah, I don't want to pick the guy that you want, and that's the reason that you'll never get a home run or something, you know?
I might go 0 for the year. I think that'd be pretty impressive, actually.
If you go 0 for the year, you should have to quit.
I think I should win the contest. That's pretty hard to do. Making legitimate picks. Yankees lineup in, by the way. Let's see. Who's getting dong today?
Is Frazier in or out? He's out.
He is out. I will take Benintendi, I guess.
I love the confidence.
Remember the last time I took Benintendi? This loser donged in the first inning.
Yeah, and didn't count.
We didn't count it because it got postponed after.
Josh Engelman's wife is dating him for his bank account. You've got that one backwards, sir. My wife does very well, and it makes me very happy. Also, I don't know who's working the Osimo YouTube account right now, if that was still Chris, but he just called Gary Sanchez Gay Sanchez in a typo, so that's fun too. So you're going Benintendi, huh?
Benintendi is my pick.
Okay. Give me 1 second to refresh after the Yankees update, and then I can give you mine.
Man, the bottom of this Yankees lineup is bad.
The whole Yankees lineup is bad. Well, I guess now that Sanchez is back, it's not Sanchez that's a problem, but the rest of it's bad. All right. Update is in. Refresh is in. So you're going Benintendi. Wait, really?
Yeah, why? What's wrong with Benintendi?
I mean, off the top of my head, nothing.
All right.
He's grading out really low, and that surprised me because that's not normally the case. Benintendi is 51st in my home run model today. I'm actually surprised by that. I like that pick a lot more than what that's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one that I don't normally do, but I like it. So this one's for that was not Spags typo. Okay.
Now you got to pick a home run off your nemesis, Verlander.
He said Chris said that was not Spags typo. I only chime in on John Means related items. Here's a John Means related item. I am going to take Wellington Castillo as my home run pick for today.
Okay. On brand, I see. Not a bad pick, although 3 strikeouts from Means probably won't get you there. You'll need to do it off the reliever. I don't know what that was.
Wait, T. McBee, are you trying to say this lineup changed again for the Yankees? Or am I just misunderstanding the order of operations here? LeMahieu, Voit, Gardner, Sanchez, Torres, Ford, Urshela, Tashman, Wade. Okay, no, I'm good. All right, so the home run picks are in. Andrew Benintendi going to Jake. Benintendi. Wellington Castillo for me. I'm getting one today.
That's what I said too.
I guess I need to vote on the John Means ownership poll, huh?
Battle of the birthday boys.
Battle of the birthday. Fantastic. Frazier is in. Okay, no, Frazier is not in. Good to know. Now I can run some crunches. All right, I'm going to crunch out my lineups for Yahoo, everybody. So let's get excited.
All right. I'm very excited.
If you'd like to, everybody, drop your questions into Premium Slack. Drop your questions into YouTube chat. We can go ahead and touch on some of those if you're interested. We got a lot of time to cover, and we've made our way through these, through most of this stuff at this point. So get your questions in. Bregman Pollock or Candelario Harper? That one's Candelario Harper for me, but I'm curious to see where you land.
Bregman Pollock. I think I'd go Bregman Pollock. Yeah.
Okay, we're on opposite sides there.
Per usual.
Yeah, I really like Candelario against lefties. His splits are pretty aggressive. That's really my tiebreaker there. And I'll take Bryce Harper to do anything. Oh,
I love Bryce.
Yeah. I'm just irrationally high on Candelario against lefties. That's all. What else we got? Awesome Mo staff should do a survivor contest where you all pick who won't dong each night, and when they do, you're eliminated. I would expect that I would never get eliminated. I would expect all of us to not get eliminated.
Oh no, Joe Panic donged today, so out of the 9 hole.
Yeah, but like I'm just gonna pick like Billy Hamilton and shit every day.
He'll dong one time this year, inside the park or something.
Yeah, I mean it would. God, I would be very. I would expect more than one person to go perfect through the year.
Oh yeah, easily, but just when you think you're safe, you never know.
Jake and Josh, hot dang, is this a show for the ladies? Yes, it is. Yes,
isn't that what they call it?
I don't know. They should. You're gonna get ownership, Eddie. You gonna run that ownership one last time? I know you're not listening to this.
We just got a question. Let me check this out quick.
Yeah. Some people are calling Max Muncy dong off the bench. That's not gonna happen. He's on the bench where he belongs.
DK single entry GPP, Trout or Mookie one-off? Who do you like for a late night hammer? Trout or Mookie?
I assume the answer is Trout, right?
It's basically always Trout for me.
I mean, Mookie's owned 11% more too, so just give me Trout.
Yeah, Trout. I think we agree.
Yeah.
I was just gonna look at the ownerships, but yeah.
It's not to like say that Mookie Betts is some garbage play or something today, but he's not Mike Trout. It's really that's like the only way to explain it. No one is. Mike Trout is on a completely different planet.
That is correct.
Love that dude. Love that dude. What else are we getting? Real Muto or Hoskins? That's a weird one.
Yeah, that is a weird one. Is that maybe for FanDuel or something? Utility?
I assume the answer is Hoskins. Just I haven't said this in a while. If you're asking any questions for either ors and stuff, if you can list your site, it'll make it a lot easier for us.
That would make it a lot easier. I think it's Hoskins. Yeah, that's really close though. Really close.
Yeah, I would take Hoskins as well. But I agree, it's a pretty narrow answer.
Yeah. All right, so I'm running my crunches right now too, or at least part of them, and
I'm not really worried about running my FanDuel crunch anytime soon. That's now that all the lineups are in, that's like a 5-minute task. Yahoo will take me some time, so I have time to like take questions and stuff. Yeah, catcher first base on FanDuel. I would rather have Hoskins than Real Muto in that scenario.
So I am getting still more Vargas than Means. So
as you should, by the way.
Getting a little bit of both, but yeah, it's I guess it's the ownership there for Vargas. They're just similar projected. So my numbers will automatically take the lower projected or the lower owned guy when that's the case. I'm also getting less than 90% Verlander. So 83. So we're coming down off of Verlander, basically fading him at this point. No, I mean, he's still the best play on the board. And once I rank out these lineups, he still might be closer to 100. But yeah, nothing really crazy on the stacked front. Boston, Philly, not a ton of Dodgers. I don't think it's going to be a ton of Dodgers for me. Someone asked about your top stacks as well in the premium chat.
Yeah, when I have them, I'm happy to let you know. I'm still crunching out everything right now.
Are you making Yahoo right now? I can't see your screen.
I'm crunching them both, actually. I'm crunching Yahoo and running FanDuel in the background. But FanDuel, I don't really have to do anything for. It's just once it's done, it's sort of done.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to manually manipulate anything. It's just kind of upload and call it a day. I don't look at it. I mean, I look at like the aggregate numbers just to make sure nothing is being really weird, like somebody got labeled incorrectly and I have 85% or something, which has happened from time to time. But for the most part, I can just take my top 150 after I sort and I'm right where I need to be. So I'm crunching out, just to enter 10 Yahoo lineups, I'm crunching like 350 lineups.
So yeah, 300. Why?
Why not?
I know, but couldn't you just do 50?
I could, but then I'd miss a bunch of them. So I did 225 five-man stacks with a 2-man comeback. I did 75 5-3s, and now I'm doing another 75 just 5-man stacks with nothing with it. And then I'll sort the lineups and start picking out of my favorites.
You just going to take your top 10? Or are you going to pick?
I won't, because I can't export this. I kind of just have to like eyeball and pick and choose, but I'll basically be working my way down. If I took my top 10, I'd get like a lot of overlap on hitting, and I'm trying to pick a couple. So like, I'll take my top 2 or 3, even if they're similar, and then I'll start working my way down to like find a different team who has a 5-man stack available. So it gets a little bit weird.
Man, I'm getting a lot of Mookie. Jeez. Like almost 50%.
Mr. Mac and Cheese. Josh's top stack yesterday was Milwaukee. Shake my head. You guys got to understand what this is, man. It's baseball. They may be my top exposed stack, but I have exposure to like 6 or 7 teams comparably. It was also up money yesterday and for the season. Like, baseball is different. Just because they're my top stack, I still have, I don't know, 85% hitting exposure to everybody else. It's when the top stack is 15, like, I'm not really hitching my wagon to anything.
Yeah, you can play that way. You can play the all-in approach. You're just going to really have some tough nights.
Yeah.
When your top stack scores 2 runs on like a wild pitch or something. Like, it's a slow burn in MLB DFS with the one or a couple big things, which is what we're trying to do. So,
yep. Yeah, I'm playing with house money right now.
Like, I usually, in hockey too, like when I have big nights, it's usually not like because my top stack went nuts. I mean, sometimes it is, but a lot of the times it's because I had 10% of a 3% owned stack, Yeah. Like, it's just different.
Yep. All right, so I've got my Yahoo lineups ready to go. I'll bounce a couple of them off of you as we're moving. What do you think?
I would love that. Wait, you want to share your screen with me? Or
I can't.
You can't?
No. Because you can see me right now, if I share it, that's what everybody else will see in my little window.
Okay. That makes sense. I'll watch on delay then.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the Yahoo screen. You're not really like getting anything out of it. So
yeah, I know you click the guys in.
The first lineup that is going in for me here is Verlander and Lyles.
Verlander, Lyles, yep.
It's
wait, hold on. Let me. Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna build this on the lineup builder, but I don't know if this will work without Yahoo. Okay, go ahead. Verlander, Lyles.
It will not work. What you're trying to do will not work.
Yeah, I know.
It'll work eventually. It's just not going to work today. Okay, so
Yeah.
Verlander, Lyles. It's a 5-man Red Sox stack. Mitch Moreland, Michael Chavis, Bogarts, JD,
Okay.
Mookie Betts.
Whoa.
Yeah. A one-off Kyle Schwarber. And a 2-man Yankee stack of Gary Sanchez and Tyler Wade.
Gary Sanchez and Tyler Wade. Okay, so you can't even. I tried to make that lineup on DK, and you can't even really get close to doing that. So there you go. Softer pricing on Yahoo, less competition. There's reason to do that.
I like that lineup a lot. I almost wish that I didn't just speak it out loud.
And there's not one bad hitter in that lineup, really. I mean,
like Wade's nothing, but if he's the last piece as a second baseman at minimum salary, I'm super not worried about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, like, the next two lineups that I had were very similar Boston 5-man stacks with like some Yankees. So I've scrolled down a little bit further, and now I'm getting to Verlander, Walker, Buehler.
Okay.
A 5-man White Sox stack. So Wellington Castillo, Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson, Ryan Cordell, Adam Engel.
Yeah, Engel. How about that?
A one-off Mookie Betts, a one-off Ryu Ruiz, and then it's supposed to be a one-off Tyler Wade, but since he's a one-off, I'll probably just go to a different guy. In this case, I'm going to go to Wilmer Flores.
Yeah, you can't even get close to making that on DK either. So you get to play all the good hitters on Yahoo.
It's
pretty fun. And the good pitchers too.
Yeah, that's why I love this site, guys.
Got it.
We're up again. Verlander, Erod. Verlander going to be a very popular thing that I say out loud for the next however long this takes me. 5-man Dodger stack. Dave Freese, Justin Turner, Corey Seager, AJ Pollock, Chris Taylor. One-off Gary Sanchez again. That I don't mind so much since he's a catcher. One-off Steve, I guess he's Stevie Wilkerson on here. And then a one-off, I don't know if you've heard of this guy. Last name Trout.
I've heard of him.
Okay. Are we getting any questions or anything? It might be best to take a question or two instead of having everybody listen to me read off lineups.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to ask you a question once you're done.
No, you can ask me while I'm doing this.
Okay. On Yahoo, since it is a 10 max, would you be more likely to, like, what do you think about stacking every team in a 10 max? Or stacking 10 different teams, main stacks? So 4 or 5 mans.
I don't hate it. It's not something that I'm doing. But I will have guys, like, I will have stacks that I have more than others. I don't believe that it's necessary to spread yourself so thin because I think that the lineups that are being made in these tournaments are pretty suboptimal.
Sure.
And what you're doing by spreading yourself out like that is making yourself even more suboptimal.
Is it suboptimal though?
I think it, in this particular case, it is. Just because you don't need to be as different as you do in like a 50,000 person 150 max.
Okay.
You can be much more concentrated to talent here.
Okay. Yeah, that was something I was thinking about doing when I'm playing on Yahoo. So I didn't know if you had experimented with that at all.
Yeah, I don't have a huge issue with it or anything. I would just probably not want to spread myself as thin. Yeah.
I know we've seen guys in higher stakes or like mid stakes on DK do that, really sharp players. They're stacking like 10 or 15 different teams with about that many lineups.
Yeah. Yeah, the the contest that you're entering will dictate how much you really need to do that.
Yeah.
Slowly getting there.
Okay.
Any questions or anything coming in?
Yeah, let me check. Any Gary Coleman tonight? Gary Coleman and Jamie Moyer stacks. I know who Jamie Moyer is. I'm not even that young.
I assume you know who Gary Coleman is.
I don't know if I do.
Gary Coleman was a little person actor.
Oh yeah, he's in. You know how I know him? He, instead of George Foreman Grills in the Drake and Josh show, it is Gary Coleman Grills. That's where I know him from. That is not a lie. I'm not acting. That is my reference point for Gary Coleman.
I don't even know what to say to that.
That is gonna roast me right now.
Yeah, you're gonna catch a case on that one. Although I would guess that there's probably a lot of like, I loved Drake and Josh.
Yeah, probably.
That I never saw that show. Josh of Drake and Josh, right? Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that Josh character is my like flair icon on the DFS sports subreddit. Someone put that on like years and years ago. I didn't even know what it meant. But anytime that I post there, that little picture of Josh, he's like, is he kind of chubby?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's just a picture of me in those scenarios.
Is Sleeper Dog Mike Ford? Is Fantasy Cruncher no longer making probable long relievers available? Felix Pena removed after Beeks yesterday and Yarbrough earlier this week. Yeah, I'm not sure.
They should not be showing that. Let's just be clear here.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Because all that's going to do is make DraftKings be the center of aggravation for people when someone like Ryan Yarbrough doesn't enter the game.
Sure.
I expect them to remove that distinction sooner rather than later if they haven't already done it. I just got your boy Benintendi.
Well, what they did, I think they, like with Stanek, he's defaulted out. Like he's X'd out by default.
Okay.
Why wouldn't Fantasy Cruncher have them as an option?
That's a good question that I don't have the answer to.
So that's what Makado's asking.
Oh, I thought he asked about DraftKings.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood there.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I think a couple times last year, I just tried to DM them early in the day. DM Dave, I'm assuming, who runs the Fantasy Cruncher account, and just say, hey, can you add so-and-so, Trinos, Yarbrough? And it usually happened. I'm sure you got it. Once you get enough people asking for it, he probably just puts them in.
I mean, honestly, the issue, if I had to guess, is that a lot of what he's doing is automated. And in order to fix those little specific quirks, it takes some manual manipulation, and there are usually bigger things going on in the day, comparatively speaking, to get those guys back in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I ended up with 50% Mookie. So whoever asked me,
are you like done looking at your stuff? Do you have any interesting exposure takes?
Mookie, and then all my other hitters are lower than 25%, actually, besides Justin Turner.
Is that about as high as you normally get?
I've gone lower this season and just kind of been okay with my adjusted projections, just taking what it gives me. So if my numbers think and Alex's numbers from the projections on the site, if they think that Mookie is still an okay play at 28% or still a really good play, then I'll just trust it from now on.
Okay.
But there's some weird guys like Jeff McNeil, 22%. Wilkerson, our guy, 15%. So yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with that. I usually don't try to go over 35, 40% for a hitter.
Okay. Trying to set up the live stream for Eddie after this. I realized that I didn't have any of that information in there quite yet. So gotta try and beat him to the punch.
Just have him steal mine.
Yeah, that's never intentional. Live before lock, Golden State plays. That means Curry picture works. And I'm doing a lot at the same time right now.
You really are. You really are.
It's not. It doesn't make for good radio. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll see what we got in chat here while you try to figure that out.
Yeah, I can answer questions for sure. I just can't really manipulate the screen at all.
Where do you rank the Astros stack? For me, it is looking like the Astros are pretty much up there with the top stacks. So Boston, Houston. I don't know. I just think they are a really good stack against Stewart and that Twins bullpen. I kind of like when they're going up against righties because they hit righties really well. The one thing that like all top six really hit righties well, even though they are righties. But it's a little bit concerning that Adam brought up that they don't hit the slider very well. So that's in the back of my head, but numbers still, when I try to get less of them, it's kind of hard for me to go low on Houston here.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that I'm going to have a ton of Houston, at least not on FanDuel. I did put one 5-man stack of Houston into Yahoo.
Okay.
I'm entering my final Yahoo lineup now, so after I do that, I'll be able to actually have a conversation.
All good. Let's see what else we got. Lyles, I only ended up at like 23%, which I thought I was going to get more of him. But I guess I'm technically underweight on Lyles. I kind of didn't want to miss out on him, but it looks like I'm going to. I'm a slave to the optimizer, slave to the numbers.
There you go. That's exactly what you should be. I feel.
Depending who's talking.
That's
true. Josh Engelman talking, then yeah, of course that's the way. But how do you account for gut feel and narrative and birthday games and revenge games in baseball, Josh?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. How do you account for that? You ignore them.
Oh, wow.
I need to make a lineup here that does not include Justin Verlander. I also need to crunch more FanDuel lineups.
Top 4 value pitchers. Let's see here.
Top 4? There aren't 4.
Yeah, they're Means, Vargas.
Oh, God, here we go. Yeah, there aren't. I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this. There are not 4 value pitchers today.
You don't really need to go super deep for pitching today if you just accept that Verlander is the best play and you can fit in Lyles, you can fit in Erod with him and make really sound lineups. Kelly, same thing. Walker Buehler, I have a few of those as well. So I'm overwhelmingly on Verlander, and then it's going to prioritize the hitters after that, and then whatever pitcher basically fits. What question? Whoever's running the Osmo account.
It's Chris. You said means to start, so Chris is very happy by your answer. What do you think about CC Sabathia? We've been getting a lot of Sabathia questions. I don't understand why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get it. I'm going to guys like Lyles and Kelly in their same price range. So I just have them grading out as better plays. And CC is actually getting some ownership, 8% or maybe even higher. You got a person in chat that wants to talk about Snell's outing today. Tom Foltz. Hey, Josh, Tom here. Snell didn't reach 50 pitches today. That is all.
Yeah. Congrats, man. Glad you were able to make it back to mention that.
Well, he didn't reach 50 pitches because he was pitching bad, not because
I don't even agree with that.
Wait, what?
He got hit around a little bit. I don't believe in hits.
No.
That's poor luck.
What I'm saying. He pitched bad.
Yeah.
Right? Or no, he didn't. You don't agree he did.
I don't think that he pitched bad.
I mean, he had bad luck. It was bad results.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say that he was pitching like really well or mowing people down or anything, but he was getting ahead in counts. He had some guys at 0-2 and lost them. Gave up like really garbagey singles to a lot of the garbagey Royals offense. Made one bad pitch, and he knew it the second it left his hand because he was already like basically giving it the finger as it left the yard. But he only gave up one extra base hit. I am not mad about that at all. His pitch count and like the depth of that game. Like he didn't leave in the middle of the fourth inning because that was like when they figured out it was over.
Yeah. Yep. You're saying you can't put artificial sweetener in your coffee anymore. Have you tried salt? Lakat asks.
Ew. What would I put salt in it for?
That sounds bad.
Yeah, that would taste terrible.
Makad's kind of our guy, but I don't know about that salt in the coffee.
No, that is not a thing you should be doing.
Just like you can't play John Means, right?
No, I would much rather play John Means than put salt in my coffee. That one's not even up for debate.
I kind of got cut off, or I cut myself off talking about CC. Do you have anything more to add? I'm just not really on him. I've got pitchers around that same price on DK that are better plays. IMO.
He's not someone that grades out all that well for me.
Yeah. Is there NBA today? Yes, there's NBA today. Fast Eddie Fear will be going live right about now, Josh, or is it a little bit later today?
It should be sometime in the near future.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're looking for the NBA show, be on the lookout for that. Josh, I think, just made it, or he's in the process of making the show.
So. Like he is able to start whenever. Everything's ready for him. I don't know specifically like when he's going to go live, but he is going live. That's really all that matters. So all of the crazies can know that is coming.
Daddy doing NBA show tonight. That's amazing. All right. I'm just making sure all my stuff's in. It looks like everything uploaded correctly. Worst fear uploading
the same thing right now
with just a train of guys that I randomly clicked on. So, and then I see my hockey lineups. Those are in the Showdown. If you're not playing Showdown, make your way over to Premium NHL Chat for some Showdown talk. No, this MLB slate is the worst. I think we've had worse. There's just only a 6-gamer tomorrow, so less games than today. 2-game NBA slates are the worst. What else we got here?
I'm about to put my final lineup in. Just don't know who to pick.
Oh, nice. Nice screenshot sent in the Premium Chat. Early slate success, it looks like.
That's good.
Did you see Josh Engelman's face when someone suggested salt in coffee? I need that clip. Yeah. I would clip it if I knew how to.
Well, whatever the response was, whatever my face looked like, it is the right way that it should have looked.
Yeah. No salt in the coffee for me.
No, not at all. Uh-oh.
Felix Pena, since 2017 when pitching at home, 10-2, no runs in the first inning. Does this stat matter? Yeah, that's funny. C-Dome, no. I think I know Josh's answer. I know you're trolling, though. That's a good stat, though. That's a deep stat. That's the kind of stuff you need to be successful at DFS, right, Josh?
Yes, exactly. That's the stuff. So I got my final exposures. White Sox are my number 1 stack on FanDuel. Tigers number 2. I am like half the field on the Red Sox, even though they are the chalk, but they are my 3rd most exposed, and then Dodgers and Diamondbacks are 4th and 5th.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued. Like the Tigers graded out pretty well for me, and I'm getting a bit of leverage because of Eduardo Rodriguez, but I also have a lot of Eduardo Rodriguez, so however that really shakes out, I should be okay.
Yeah.
71% Justin Verlander.
We're locked. Wait, 71 on FanDuel?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, he's probably like the play of all plays over there too. But like, yeah, 85% for me on DK of Verlander.
Yeah, I don't like just playing like marginally worse guys. It's didn't stop me from getting to anything that I wanted to get to. So I'm cool with it.
Salt in coffee is a legit thing, according to Alton Brown, a very popular cookbook author. Adding a quarter teaspoon of kosher salt to 6 tablespoons of coffee grounds neutralizes the bitterness and acidity in coffee.
Not what we're talking about in this case. That is not how that was pitched. Yes, if you want to put a pinch of salt into your coffee grounds before you brew that, it will improve flavor.
Just use a
you
cake.
Won't notice
what
it
are
at
you guys
all.
grounding up coffee for? Do you know this is 2019? You do not need anything besides a Keurig and K-Cups.
Oh, God. You're ruining this planet. And not drinking good coffee either. That makes me sad.
I just wanted to see some reactions. I'm sure some people will come after me for that one, too. I want all the trolls today.
I drink a full pot of coffee each morning. Do you realize how many K-Cups I would have to go through to do that?
Okay, well, that's a different story, I suppose. I drink like 2 a day, whatever.
Hey, my personal troll that shows up in here and just creates a YouTube account after YouTube account, even though I ban him over and over again. He trolls me on Twitter for some reason. Just created an account called Josh Loserman. I'm mad that I won't post my 1099s. Yeah.
You should create an account for me. Jake is exactly what's wrong with Gen Z. That's what I like to hear.
Was that Josh Loserman? Oh, no, Josh Engelman is losing weight from stressing out that the U.S. Embassy is onto him. This guy, man, I feel so bad for him. I really do. Could you imagine thinking that, like, I'm going to make another YouTube account today? Like, imagine if that is the most appealing part of your day.
That's
how sad that is.
Maybe he's really rich and just needs some online trolling. I mean, it's not even a good troll either. It's a funny name because it's so bad.
It's a new one every time. I've banned, I'm not even kidding, like 25 accounts. It's like 4 or 5 a day for a stretch. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to let that stress me out. I'm going to get a little for myself. I'm going to go eat this Chick-fil-A that my wife picked up for me, and spicy chicken sandwich. And I'm going to have a fantastic night.
Yeah, I'm not a Chick-fil-A guy.
Yeah, well, what was that place that is like a fast food joint around you that you told me that I needed to try? Maybe it's not like fast food, but it was like some sort of like local restaurant that is your jam. I'm not going to remember what it was.
Cane's, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. I had Cane's once, and it was very good.
Oh, then I doubt that's what it was. You were like, you sold me on it. I don't know what it could have been.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You talking about him gives him his gratification, though? No, us talking about him gives us content for the show. So he's doing our jobs for us.
A lot of the times I don't. I just ban it and I keep going. He just hadn't been around in a while, and it popped up. I just happened to see it.
Josh Loserman is...
Oh, it's so great. Like, I've never been called those nicknames before.
Kind of excited to see what he whips up next time.
Yeah, you and me both. All right, guys, that is it. We have been locked. I'm going to go enjoy some dinner. I assume Jake is going to do something along those same lines.
I got a softball game tonight. 2 softball games tonight, so got a carb load or whatever, and then get some ground outs to short or something.
Tonight, 9 p.m., Ben Rasa, Jason Roslin, PGA live before lock for the European Tour's Hassan something 2 tournament. I assume that 2 piece meant that it was like the second year it was running. No, that's just the name of this thing. There's been like 9 of them. I don't understand it at all, but they're going to be talking about this tournament tonight. I will be sitting in this same seat that I'm sitting in right now while that show goes on, playing FIFA. So I'll be around. Come check it out. Live before lock is the promo code. Shout out to Yahoo. They don't sponsor this show, but we love them anyway. Anything else, Jake?
NHL tomorrow. There's 2 games. So come hang out and chat. I'll do a show, talk about the upcoming series that are about to start. And then Josh and I believe, are doing the strategy show Friday morning. So I know some people have been calling for that, but it appears Ship My Money will be gone. So I'm filling in for the big guns on Friday.
You'll see my lovely face on the deeper dive on purpose this time. All right. Best of luck, everybody. We're out of here. Have a good one.